So do you guys remember that video I did a while back where we took a look at Windows 12, Microsoft's latest and greatest operating system? Yeah, don't count on it. It actually ended up being a Linux distribution that somebody had the great idea of taking Linux Lite, which is a free and open source Linux distro, and rebranding it as Windows 12, and then trying to sell it for a profit on their online store. And here we are an entire year later, and this is still going on. Like, you can go to this website, I'm going to show you in a minute here, you can go to the website, go to their online store, and still place an order for Windows 12. They're still, like, the listing is there, they're still charging money for it, and apparently Microsoft doesn't know about this, or hasn't done anything to stop these people from using their trademarked OS name to sell a product that has nothing to do with Windows and is again just an unmodified Linux distro that you can get for free. I did two videos. The first one, we took a look at the glorious website with all of the claims. They claimed it was so much better than Windows 10 for all of these reasons. Then I actually tried to buy the thing, which I knew was not going to end well, and sure enough it didn't, because they never sent the thing, didn't send me any tracking information, nothing, okay? So I had to dispute the charge with my card issuer to get my money back. But after receiving a copy of it from somebody else who was able to get a copy of it, I verified that it is literally an unmodified copy of Linux Lite, rebranded as Windows 12. Nothing has been changed about it at all. And I honestly thought that was going to be the end of it. But now, 6 months later, here we are at the website once again, because, oh my gosh, guys, we're going down a bit of a rabbit hole today, because these people are still around. This is the main website here. For some reason, there's this image of a kitchen with no caption at all, just in the center of the web page, okay? It's a nice kitchen, but like, it has nothing to do with what's on the website, okay? And the first piece of text, look in our store for great things. Now, not only are they selling a copy of what's claiming to be Windows, but that has nothing to do with Windows at all, they're also selling broadband, cables, printer cartridges, home and garden. They're selling home and gardens, laptops, phones, software, and tools. Fed up about ads for fiber broadband and being missold 25-year-old tech ADSL? If you want 1,000 gigabit broadband, we have it in our Wi-Fi broadband section. Just click on Wi-Fi, the second I is capitalized there. You can buy these broadband routers in our store. You can buy a router, which you can take anywhere, and you do not need a landline for as little as $22. Or pounds, sorry, because yes, this is a British company. This is, well, or company. I'm using that term very, very loosely there, because actually this is not a real company. If you go to Companies House, which is where I don't live in the UK, but from what I understand, you have to register, like when you incorporate a business in the UK, you have to register it with the Companies House. That's how you formally establish the business entity. And if you do a search for web houses, nothing comes up. It just returns no results. So it's not a real company. At least there's no company trading under the name Web Houses that is registered with the Companies House, okay? So they could be, you know, doing business under some different name and just not publicizing it on the website, but still, like, okay, they may actually be offering broadband services. Like, I don't really know where. Oh boy, here it is right here. No contract, no wires, no waiting 3 weeks for to be connected, no delay in getting started, no fixed position. What on earth is that? No fixed position. No price doubling after a year, no speed drop down, no networks breakdowns, just change the SIM. No data limits, no price increases, no censorship. Okay, that's pretty funny. Censorship with an S. That is like the greatest. We need to make this needs to be added to the dictionary. Our broadband is very easy to start. Just order a package and in 2 days you'll be connected at up to 150 megabits per second or gigabits per second. 150 megabits per second or gigabits per second. Yeah, there's a pretty big difference there. And if you're actually offering 150 gigabits per second for the same price as megabits per second, second. I think most people are going to go with the latter here. Our 150 megabits per second broadband is based on a Japanese invention, the portable Wi-Fi 4G battery router, or the Huawei 4G router. No landline is required, just use the SIM cards that we provide to get you the fastest broadband in your area. Okay, so how on earth do you order this? Do you go here? I mean, this is not even what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, this is like a Huawei, like router here. So now they're offering, so now they're like an ISP now, I guess, or they're claiming to be an ISP. The only ISP with no censorship, that's what I'm about. Now this is the weird thing, right? You go to their store, okay? This is based on Zencart. This is very similar to the store that we took a look at in the original video. It's still up. But this store does not have Windows 12 in it. If you do a search for Windows, you're going to get, oh, wait a second, they have, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh no, they have a what is this? They have a Windows 10 installation DVD with the Windows XP logo. Oh my gosh, that is glorious. Look, the XP logo doesn't even have the background, like the white background cropped out. So it's like over the image of the disc here. Office 2019 Professional and Windows 10 with activation, 64-bit installation, Word, PowerPoint, OneNote, Excel, Outlook, Publisher. And there's a barcode on the bottom for some reason. It's 30 pounds. Like, okay, I don't think Microsoft would take too kindly to these people reselling it. Like, these are literally bootleg Windows 10 discs. Like, that's literally what this is. This is not a legit disc at all. It has the Windows XP logo, for God's sake. I mean, come on. And then they've got whatever this is. I thought this was Windows 12 when I looked at it because the image looked very similar. But this is a combo. Oh, it's something called Kali Windows 10. This seems like it's just a disk that has both Windows 10 and Kali Linux on it. You can do all the digital forensics and penetration that you want. But yeah, this store doesn't have Windows 12, but they're still selling Windows 12, but you're gonna have to go to another store to buy that because for some reason they said, you know what? Let's have two stores now. This button here and this button here on these banners goes to the Zencart store. But if we scroll down to the very bottom of the page, to this button, to see our department store, this here is a Square store. And this seems to be a template that is not really modified. I'm guessing this is just a stock photo that would have come with the, like by default with the Square template. Live in moments that matter. This is probably the default tagline at the bottom here. This is powered by Square. And they are selling things in here. Like if you go to shop now, they've got like USB drives and stuff. They've got the routers, like the same stuff from the other store. You can get it here too. They're selling ink cartridges and like refill, you know, so you can refill your ink cartridges with these things here. Oh my gosh, it's back! The Brexit phone is back! No way! Oh my gosh. No way, I thought they stopped selling this thing. I did not... Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Brexit phone is a whole nother rabbit hole. The Brexit phone, that's all I need to say for you guys to get the gist of what this is. When I first discovered this, I almost died of laughter because I was like, how on earth is, what on earth does Brexit have to do with a smartphone? I mean, come on. But somebody that watched my video actually bought the thing from web houses, actually received it, and he told me that it's basically a Huawei phone that appeared to be used. There was like a song that was on it, like it looked like it had been just turned off and shipped to him, like the person didn't wipe the data that was on it. So that's definitely fishy right there. And I was surprised that he got it because I didn't get Windows 12 when I ordered it from these people, which I wasn't expecting to. And he bought the last one that was in stock and it just kind of vanished from the store ever since, but apparently it's back now. Oh, there's one left. There's only one remaining. I'm not going to buy it because these people didn't send me the freaking thing that I purchased from them last time. I'm not going to give them more money. And yeah, I would not recommend buying anything from these people and spending, like, even if it's this stuff like these ink cartridges. Here's Windows 12 Lite. Again, it's still here. It's in download form and they're charging money for it again. Now, if you didn't see any of the previous videos, what's really weird about this is they have gone from charging for this to making it free and back to charging for it like so many times now. It was initially £25. Then they had a downloadable version, like you could download the ISO file, that was free. But you had to buy the disc, then it went down to like £20, I think. Then they made the download cost money again, and then I think they made it free again. Now it costs money, okay, to get the download, this is just an ISO image. If you want to get the CD, here's the CD right here. Description: a great operating system with no virus and can be installed alongside Windows 10. 80,000 plus free programs. You can run any program in your Windows 10 from it and save it in Windows 12. Yeah, doesn't make any sense at all. Look at the... I just realized instructions, webhouses.co.uk/lite, then there's a giant blank line, Windows 12 help uninstalling.php, which is in a, like, this is bolded text, this is not. Oh my gosh, is this is so bad. Look at, they got the barcode on here too. Alright, so something that I noticed while I was editing this video is there's a screenshot with one of the Windows 12 listings that looks like it's from the operating system, and it had some of the branding modified to actually say Windows 12 instead of Linux Lite. So that got me interested, and I actually got a comment from somebody as I was editing. This couldn't have happened at like a better time, because this segment you're watching now was originally not even going to be in the video, because I was not about to pay these people for another copy of Windows 12 that I would not get. And I would not recommend buying anything from these people, I think that goes without saying, but I got a comment from somebody who was able to find a download link to Windows 12 Lite, apparently the new version that has some of the branding changed to actually say Windows 12. Now, the 32-bit version, he says, just fails at some point. It just stops working. He thinks it might be repackaged improperly, which honestly doesn't seem that improbable with what we've seen on the website so far. But the 64-bit version works, but he says that it has had some of its branding changed, and he told me where I could get it from, and I downloaded it, and we're going to be taking a look at it. We're going to be seeing what Windows 12 Lite, what this version of it is all about. So, oh my gosh, what... Let's just boot up this VM. Oh my gosh, they look at... Okay, so this is a... They didn't change the logo or anything, but yes, they changed the branding. It is terribly off-centered. The Windows 12 text is higher than the Lite text. It almost looks like there's some artifacts left over from the previous, because this said Linux Lite here. It was properly centered, and it was in a different font. So I guess they couldn't figure out whatever font that it was in, so they just, or the guy behind this, I think it's just one guy that is doing this, but so he just made this off-centered logo, and he kept the Linux Lite logo. But okay, so we've got some modifications, but it still says Linux Lite here. But we'll go ahead and start Linux Lite. Oh my gosh, we're off to a great start here. Okay, so this is a live CD I'm booting off of. There shouldn't even be a username and password. Okay, let's restart it. Install Linux Lite now. Let's do that. Gosh, so just booting off the live CD is locked with a password. So yeah, this just takes us right to the installer. So okay, would continue. Let's see if any of this has been modified. Okay, so this is interesting. It's identifying itself as Ubuntu, which it didn't do in the previous version, which was just unmodified Linux Lite. It said erase disk and install Linux. So this has been modified because it's now identifying itself as Ubuntu. So we'll just install now. Okay, Linux Lite is still the default name, so we'll say that. Okay, let's do a password as M. Login automatically. Wow, they actually changed. So it says, well, it's partially changed. Welcome to Linux Lite. Windows 12 Lite is available for everyone to use. It's just the one line they changed, because this here you can see like that, almost like a drop shadow on the back there. I'm looking at the screen right now on my old video, and yeah, it's literally, and same thing here. It's just this top. So they changed like half of the stuff. Like literally on this screen they changed half of the references. And same thing here, Windows 12 Lite. The community continues to play an integral role in the direction of Windows 12 Lite. This has been completely unmodified. Still says Linux Lite right there. Microsoft Office compatible LibreOffice. Okay, Windows, and see, you can see it's so obviously changed. Windows 12 Lite offers powerful media features ready to go. We bundle the part, and then this is just the text from, you know, what? Windows 12 Lite supports a variety of hardware in, like, super large, this is a much larger font. With Windows 12 Lite, you can keep using your Windows files and programs. programs. Everything seems to be spelled correctly. Staying up to date with Windows 12 Lite is a breeze. I'm guessing this is just, because this is like, all of this is spelled properly, and there's no weird, like, structuring of sentences like you have on the website, so I think he just took what Linux Lite had in there and just changed Windows 12, but then he also just typed out the rest of whatever sentence that was in. Okay, so restart now. Let's see what the desktop looks like. Oh gosh. Oh, they did change the look. It's the Windows 10 background. I mean, it's an old one, but so they've got, not only do they Windows 12 Lite, it's on the desktop. Just in case you forgot you were using Windows 12 Lite, here's your, it's on the desktop permanently, like it's a part of the image. This kind of reminds me of those unofficial Windows versions that would like put the author name, or like there was one that put the genuine Microsoft software logo in the right-click context menu. So like every time you right-clicked, you would see that. Just in case you forgot or had any doubts you were using genuine software, which obviously it wasn't. And this has been changed here. Welcome to Windows 12 Lite. Windows 12 Lite provides a basic collection of everyday tools, a web browser, an email client, a media player, an office suite, an image editor, and so on. To get the best possible start to using Windows 12 Lite, browse through the information below. Okay, so I'm gonna guess all of this is just default, like install updates. Yeah, this is Linux Lite, so this has not been changed. Linux Lite, install drivers, yep, Linux Lite, set a restore point, Linux Lite, install language support. Oh, this is like step 1 through, yeah, so this is all just one page here. Online support, see if there's any references. Linux Lite hardware database, so that's remained unchanged. Forms, online help manual. Tries to go to linuxliteos.com. You've got help manual, support forms. This has all been unchanged. So he did modify the Linux distro because it installs, you know, the installation process. Those images were slightly modified. I mean, this is very simple stuff to do. Like, it's not like he made any drastic changes to this. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, this is just Linux Lite with some slight branding modifications, a new wallpaper, and just this text down here at the bottom, which is going to be there. Is this actually a part of the wallpaper? Let's find out. Let's go to desktop settings here. And yes, it is. You can see that the text is right there. But they do have, down here, this is the standard Windows 10 wallpaper. I mean, this is like the original Windows 10 wallpaper from like the very first release of it, the very first couple of releases. You know, it's been changed since then, but this is the old default wallpaper, which don't really think you're allowed to include this in an operating system that isn't Windows. It is a Microsoft image. This one here, though, I thought this had something to do with the resolution, but it doesn't. That's the way the image is. It's purposely cut off like that. And we can make it tiled. We can just do, let's just do centered. No, it's gonna like zoom in on it. But no, that is literally the image. Like, it's purposely cut off like that. Yeah, if you do it scaled, that's so bad. Why is it cut off like that? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is just Linux Lite. It's literally, it's the same interface. You got the same programs installed. All they've done is changed some of the branding, and they added wallpapers, at least from what I can see here. That's Windows 12. That's the newest version that you're paying £20 for. And again, this operating system is completely free to download. And if you like Linux Lite, if you like the look of this and you want to try it out, definitely give Linux Lite a shot. I'll have a link down below. But yeah, this is just really, really shady, just what's going on here, honestly. Like, just take away the Windows 12 stuff. I mean, that's like a whole nother thing, but taking a Linux distro and then just adding a wallpaper to it and turning around and trying to sell it as a completely different thing is completely wrong and just really, really shady. So yeah, like I said, stay far away from these people. But we're not done yet. Now, ever since I uploaded both of those two videos, a lot of you guys found the YouTube channel of the creator of Web Houses, and I got a DM from somebody. There's some really interesting comment threads over there. We're going to take a look at some of them now. This is just literally Linux Lite and you have to pay for it. He replies, no, it is free, always has been, for the download version. It's £1. Read the instructions, you get the £1 back. That is due to lots of Donald Ducks spoiling it for everybody. I'm going to read that again. That is due to lots of Donald Ducks spoiling it for everybody. This doesn't, like, what? Doesn't make any sense at all. Then he replies again, even though he already replied, he replies once more to the same comment. Read the instructions, you get the pound back, blame Donald Duck for the abuse and spoiling it for everybody. They respond, mate, I prefer Linux Lite. If you don't know, Windows 12 is actually illegal. And then he says, some people talk a load of crap. How is it illegal? Microsoft has not patented Windows 12, nor any numerals other than 7 and 10. They can still make a patent name application for Windows 12. I will not object to that when I have a patent name for Windows 12 Lite. Oh my God. They don't have any numerals other than 7 or 10. There is 8 and there's 8.1, but that doesn't mean that you can call your thing Windows 12 just because they haven't released Windows 12. Like, I couldn't go out and release a phone and call it the iPhone 13. That wouldn't end well for me because Apple would come after me and say, hey, you can't use that name. And I'd say, why? You didn't have, 13 wasn't one of the numerals that you have. Like, this is not how it works. Then this person responds and says, Windows is copyrighted to Microsoft, so yeah, watch out. Still, Windows 12 is just Linux Lite with some crappy icon pack and a Windows 10 background, which is a very accurate statement. And then he just literally tells this guy off, you are an idiot, cannot patent any single word in the English dictionary, grow up. And then this guy calls him an idiot and says, no, it is free to download, but discs and USBs are good value. Sold all around the world now, very popular in Italy, Germany, and the States. And this goes on and on and on, okay? But this isn't even the best part, because the thread that I was referred to by a Twitter DM is this one right here, where this person says, isn't this just a Linux distro? And he says, what do you mean just a Linux distro? Have you something against Linux? And then he replies, no, I use Ubuntu as my daily driver. I'm just curious why you named it Windows 12 Lite. Rather unusual choice for a name. And then he tries to answer this, but he doesn't do a very good job. Best question yet. Well, I do not see why Microsoft should use Windows all for itself, as Windows is the graphical interface for Unix. They said they would not be making a Windows 12. I just want to show everyone that Linux can have a Windows 12, as well as promote Linux as Windows 10 is the worst operating system that everybody is infected with. So I've patented Windows 12 Lite, a Linux distro you can download for free from webhouses.co.uk. It still allows Microsoft to come up with a Windows 12. It is not just a Linux distro, it is a Linux distro. So yeah, that's the current state of things in the Windows 12 world. Yeah guys, I would not recommend buying anything from these people. Stay far away from these guys. I mean, seriously, there are way better companies and stores you can buy ink cartridges and phones from. There you have it. Yeah, very interesting episode today, but I just wanted to kind of follow this up. Hopefully I won't have to do another follow-up video, but I got some DMs about this, and I just, like, this is too crazy to not make a video on. Like, I just have to talk about this. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see more like it, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.